a big game, another MMO like that's also having its share of drama regarding cash shop and more, especially over the last couple of weeks, is Ashes of Creation. Red, you talked about like when you were looking at the upcoming MMOs that are coming down the pipe and why you picked on this one. Like obviously, New World has a theme, it is a game. It's also coming out this year. I think Ashes is much further along. I'd like to get y'all's opinion on Ashes of Creation. Is it overhyped, or do you think that it has the ability to have a staying power from what you've seen and heard? I'd like to start with Danny because I let Red answer the last question first. Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't followed Ashes too much, to be honest. I mean, I've bought into the beta. I'm sort of behind the game. I feel like if you put New World and Ashes side by side, I feel Ashes would appeal more maybe to your WoW audience. It's a bit more WoW vibes, but again, for me, they're really kind of pushing the boundaries with these massive, large scale battles, and I think just that one particular element for me like really interests me. I really love kind of reading all their updates. I love their developer streams and things like that. I know a lot of people that have bought into it and are really supportive of the game and think it can be absolutely amazing. There's so many features that they're trying to push into this game. Maybe it's a bit ambitious, but I don't know, man. I love the look of Ashes, but from a very basic level, I'm just super excited for the large scale PvP and the guild functionality and working with your friends and things like that. So yeah, sorry for a basic answer.
How about you, Red? Do you got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we also cover Ashes of Creation minorly, but the thought is that Ashes of Creation, if they're going to deliver on everything they say they're going to deliver, is like 3 years out still,
Yes.
probably. So,
I've long thought 2024 maybe.
yeah, that's our consensus as well. And the thing about the Ashes of Creation versus New World debate is, oftentimes, and you probably, Danny, have went through this same period with all the cash shop drama and everything like that. Like you try to convince people like, okay, and they'll use Ashes of Creation as an example. Like, oh, thank goodness for Ashes of Creation.
Yeah.
It's coming out. And it's like, yeah, but do you remember the battle royale that they tried to do and they sold game passes for that they, do you remember again, like they've consistently put out new aesthetics and cosmetics to buy and the game's not out yet. And they're very similar in monetization strategies, I think, is at least from where we're at right now in like gaming in general, which, we can make arguments all day, but it appears that cash shops are winning the battle. You know what I mean? Subscription fees have kind of, like you said, lost out. And
even
I think
I asked somebody, I was like, name a subscription only MMORPG
that doesn't have doesn't have
right.
like a cash shop.
Does not have a cash shop. Can you name
There's
one? There is one. Somebody left
There's
it in the comments. I go, oh, I never heard of it. Can y'all, Danny? Can you name an MMORPG that's sub only? That's newer. Like I think 11 still.
No, and I think I've already paid maybe 5 or 6 times more into Ashes that isn't even out for 4 years than I have New World. With the beta pledges. Oh, what am I doing? And no, I can't.
Yeah, someone said Mortal Online, which is evolving into Mortal Online 2, is sub only, and that's their pledge on the website. And if they can pull that off and they can have a game that people want to play, that's just that, more power to them. I would love to have an exception to the rule. I'd love to be wrong, and we'll have to wait and see with that though. But there's like real economic, insight into this. Here's the thing with Ashes, right? I want it to be good. I have hovered over that purchase access beta more times than I care to admit. Still haven't committed that. It's like, oh God, am I just burning away like a lot of the money? Because on paper and everything that they say sounds great, right? Sure. And I want it to be good because I think if they come out with some really good ideas, like that can help the MMO genre as a whole. There's some serious concerns though, right? Because it's like the main investor behind Ashes, it's already spent like 40 million some odd of his own money into this. It makes sense that they're willing to sell whatever, to get any kind of cash flow coming back in to help offset development so they can get this dream project finished. and I wish them all the luck. But if I was sitting here in a position, I still wouldn't want to be sharing all the information that I share, because gamers and playing a game is much different from developing a game, and it runs the risk. What we've seen is this overhype, this over mindset, this it's going to be the be all end all perfect MMO, the one that we've waited for all this time, the one spoken of in prophecy that will come and save the genre itself. And I'm sitting here going like, well, hell, like if they're having a really good idea and I'm in the, if I'm on the dev team for Amazon, oh, that's a pretty cool idea. Okay, we'll probably, New World has a greater chance of delivering those ideas because it's also closer to release, and that these games don't exist in a bubble. So I think anybody who's doing anything interesting, it only makes sense to say, you know what, that's a really good idea. How would that look like? What would that look like within our own game? And then itself. Go ahead.
And I honestly, like, I say that all the time. Like, dude, I hope New World looks at Ashes of Creation's ideas and starts implementing some of them. I think the caravan system is dope. I think it would work perfect at the settlements and having like a PvP hotspot travel across the map from settlement to settlement. Like, that's the thing, is New World's going to hit the market as a live product like 3 years before Ashes does. So, we'll be having the same conversation that we're having about like WoW and Final Fantasy XIV right now. It's like people will have 3 years invested in New World at that point. And if Ashes of Creation just, misses the mark or maybe hits a little bit under where New World is, they're going to have trouble pulling people away. So, yeah, it's an interesting conversation for sure.
I hope you get your values worth, Danny. I appreciate you taking the
Me too.
investment.
I mean, like I
Hey,
would have
man.
never, done this when I was growing up, and the reason I missed WoW was because I just couldn't afford the monthly subscription. I was a poor student, and that's just the way it was. And I hit Guild Wars, and I think Ashes has this kind of big paying right now, plus the sub fee when it comes out, plus they got all these elements to it. So
I'm not gonna lie, having no sub for New World excites me. And if they introduce a battle pass that does not expire, so that I can kind of just purchase that as a piece of content between expansions, like that actually really thrills me. It allows me to optionally set myself and not feel like I have to log in, I have to play. I've really gotten to the point where, like, when I go and play Final Fantasy XI, it's just a good game. It's just fun to log in, and it's fun not to feel like I have chores to do. Thank you so much for checking out this highlight from Epic Loot Radio. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe button, and more. And check out our other channels, Ginger Gaming Radio, Ginger Prime, and Work to Game for more content. Thanks for being here, and you're awesome.